Hello. Good day, everyone. Welcome. My name is Teacher Darling. Today, I'm going to share one of my live classes or streaming that I made for Palfish, and this is for free. So I made it for free just to advertise myself as a teacher. So check it out, and I hope you like it. Thank you. Terms used during emergency, or during the time that you have to be admitted in a hospital or any medical facility, or the time that you need help from health professionals. And this kind of situation is, this topic is based on my experience that I had before. Like, it was last year when I was still working as a hospital nurse, and my patients are Chinese, and they doesn't know how to speak English, and they also cannot understand English. So that's why I was inspired to make this kind of live show, because I know it will really help a lot to people that are having a lot of problems when it comes to language. So it is really a big barrier to everyone, especially when it comes to health, that you should really be able to communicate to the medical staff, because it's about life, it's about your health, it's about your body. And I would like to say sorry if I wasn't able to enter earlier the first live class, supposed to be the first live show that I will be making this month of March. I wasn't able to enter because I think there is a technical error, because I thought my time would be 10 p.m. because I can see in this application that my time for this live is supposed to be 10 p.m. But then when I open it around 9:45 p.m., I cannot see it anymore in my appointment. And then in the live icon, it says that it's already it ended already, and then I was shocked. So that is why I just automatically I made this live show now just now, to make it up to you. So again, our topic is about emergency. Yes English, no English. So it's the phrase that is being used when it comes to language barriers to other people. So when you wanted to know if they can speak English, you just say yes English. And if they can't, you just say no English. Okay, so the first word you have to know is the word emergency. So when you say emergency, it's a serious, unexpected, and often dangerous situation that requires immediate action. So for example, you went to a place, just for example a tour, and then suddenly or unfortunately there is a problem with your health, like for example appendicitis. It's a ruptured appendix, so that it really needs to be it really requires an urgent action because it's a matter of life and death. So when you have this kind of situation, emergency, so you go straight to the hospital and you tell them that you have an emergency. Okay, so it's emergency. So next you will come across this word admission. Then the people, the staff will here in this area will entertain you. So they will say that you have to be admitted. So you have to undergo a process of admission. So admission is a process of being allowed to enter a place. Of course, you're going to enter the hospital, so you have to undergo this kind of admission process. And it's just like taking your name, your important details, and then what happened to the patient. So that is admission. So next to that, you need to know what ward is. Okay, so we have ward. So when we say ward, it's a separate room in a hospital, typically allocated to particular type of patients. So if your patient is for operation, of course you have to go to the surgery ward. But if your patient has like flu or like viruses, you have to be in a medical ward. If your patient is a child, you have to be in a pediatric ward. So those are different kinds of wards that you can see in the hospital. So you have to be able to know what ward you are in so that it will be easier for you to find your patient or to find your room. Okay, so we have next in line, we have confinement. Hello there, hello everyone. I am talking about emergency. Yes, English? No English. It's the barrier that exists, that occurs between the medical staff and the patient if the patient doesn't know how to speak English and cannot understand English when it comes to this situation. For example, emergency. Okay, so here we have the word confinement. Okay, so when we say confinement, it is being in a hospital or medical facility. So you will stay, or it's the term enclosure. So you're inside the hospital, you're inside the ward, you're inside of a room. So that is what confinement means. So sometimes you may say that I want to be admitted and to be confined because I really feel bad and I need a doctor, nurses to take care of me. Okay, so I hope you can get it. So next in line we have vital signs. Okay, so be aware of vital signs. When we say vital signs, this includes the respiratory rate, or the RR, or their breathing. Inhale, exhale. So the medical staff, especially the nurses and doctors, will monitor or will check for your respiratory rate. And then we have here the temperature. So they will check. Hello there, everyone. So they will check your temperature if you have fever or whatever. So next in line we have BP, or what we call blood pressure. So that's included in the vital signs. Then next is we have the pulse. So these are the important things you need to know, you need to be familiar with. So the nurse will say, hello, I am your nurse of the day and I will take your vital signs. Okay, so vital signs, these are the 4 things included in vital signs. And the 5th one is they assess your pain. Okay, so that's, of course, we know pain, right? So they can assess that depends on you. When you say like, I'm in pain, I feel the pain in my head or in my stomach. So those are the things. Okay, so next in line is we have the what we call skin test. Okay, so the nurse will say, for example, excuse me, or good afternoon, I am here to have this procedure. This is what we call skin test. Okay, so skin test is performed to check if you have an allergy. For example, you have to take antibiotics, right? So before the doctors and the nurses give you that kind of medicine, they have to do a procedure called skin test. So you have to be aware of that so that you can cooperate with them. Okay, so they will ingest few amount of the medicine that the doctor will prescribe, so they will know if you have allergy with that kind of medicine or you don't have. Okay, so after skin test, we also what we have here, discharge. Okay, so when we say discharge, if you wanted to go home, if you're already okay, then you may say, I want to be discharged today or tomorrow. Okay, so discharge means to be released from the hospital after several hours or days of confinement. Okay, so that is discharge. That's the meaning of discharge. So you can use that in a word, in a sentence, like, he asked the doctor to discharge him tomorrow. Okay, or you may say, I will ask my doctor to discharge me tomorrow because I feel bored. So you may say that. So those are some of the important things that you need to know when you wanted to be in a hospital. Of course, if you needed something, hello there. Okay, so again, we have ward. I'm the nurse in charge of this ward. Okay, so again, ward is a separate room for allocated to typical kinds of patients. Okay, so next is we have what we call allergy. Okay, so be aware of allergy. Okay, so I have discussed about skin test earlier because you might have an allergy, especially with the medication that the doctors just prescribed. Okay, so you may say, I am allergic to eggs, shrimps, and anesthesia. So you may, the doctors and nurses will be able to know if you have an allergy with the anesthesia, if you will undergo skin test. That's I told you about earlier. So this is the meaning, or I mean the Chinese character or translation of allergy. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's what the Google says. And so that's all about today. I don't have much time anymore, but I will make another live video maybe next time. Maybe next week, I'm not sure. So we will have more topic to talk about. Okay, so again, be aware of vital signs. Okay, we have heart rate or the pulse, blood pressure. We also have oxygen saturation, respiration or respiratory rate on how you breathe. Then we have temperature and of course pain. Okay, so that's the most important thing also when it comes to vital signs. Okay, the nurse may say, I am going to take your vital signs for our monitoring procedure. Okay, so hello there. I am a teacher and also a nurse. That's why I'm talking to you about this, because I have an experience before that my patients cannot understand English and cannot talk English. So I believe that this is very important for everyone. Okay, so that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you've learned a lot. Okay, bye guys. Thank you.